This week, home truths hit hard.
I am team list it all the way.
A bit harsh.
Very true.
Phil is on his final warning.
If you lived in this house with me, you'd have woken in the night and found me with a sledgehammer.
I escape Kirsty's wrath and go from 0
Phil, you're going to have to up your game.
to hero.
This is it.
It is amazing.
Team love it. Keep the faith.
I think the finished project, Jack will love it, and you want to move.
I think Scott's sounding a bit doubtful.
But the decision is too close to call.
Are you going to love it?
Or list it. We are going to...
We're on our way to the lovely town of Hamilton in central Scotland. But I'll not make a song and dance about it.
So you know what I'm going to ask you, Phil? Have you seen Hamilton?
Yes, I have. I wasn't a fan.
Oh.
I know. I like to be entertained if I go to a show rather than have to think.
Yes, thinking isn't your strong point, Phil.
I leave that to you, dearest.
Good girl. Good girl. Ready? Go.
Today's couple at Love It or List It loggerheads are Jackie and Scott. They live on a new build estate in this detached 4-bedroom house with Rachel, one of their 2 grown-up daughters.
We bought this house new
2011.
Got lots of happy memories here. And we love it here. Don't we, Jack?
Scott loves it here.
Yes, Jackie's affection for their home vanished a long time ago.
I am 100% ready to list it and move on. The house has had some changes over recent years, which I don't think have been positive changes.
Since 2020, sales manager Scott has been working from home full-time.
Hi, girls.
And he and the dogs have commandeered the dining room.
The dining room was a central point for us where we would have our dinner every night. We would discuss what's going on in the day, time to catch up with what was going on with the girls, and we don't have that.
Sounded like a good idea at the time, but it's changed the whole dynamic of the house. And we can't really change it back because our spare bedroom is now a gym.
But Scott's office is just one of the many reasons Jackie's days here are numbered.
I feel the house is disjointed. There's no great flow to it. The closed-off kitchen, and the family are through in the living area and I'm in the kitchen. I can hear conversations going on that you're not a part of. The utility room is small. It's always a mess. The toilet off the utility is the toilet that everybody uses. So when we have guests, they're going into the untidiest area of the house to use the toilet, which I don't like. And we are ready to move on, aren't we, Scott?
No.
Scott's happy where he is. The entrance hall leads to his office, the living room, the cut-off kitchen, and an awkwardly placed WC alongside the cramped utility. Upstairs are 4 bedrooms, Scott and Jackie's, their daughter Rachel's, the gym, and a spare for their other daughter Lara when she comes to visit. Out back, there's a large, hard landscaped wraparound garden.
I love this house because it is in a fabulous area, great neighbours. I love the fact I've got a decent sized garage as well because I spent a lot of time in there. The house isn't working for us at the moment, but I do think that the house has got potential.
Jackie is a mental health nurse, and when she finishes work, she likes to unwind by sewing. But the only space available to her is the kitchen.
When we're having our dinner at night, it is moving my sewing equipment so we can have our dinner, then putting it back. And it's important to me because work can be stressful and that's my escapism.
Jackie's also studying for a master's degree. And where's her study area? Yep, you guessed it, the kitchen table.
I genuinely believe that we could reconfigure this house to make Jackie fall in love with this house again.
I just feel we're entering into a different chapter of our life. Although our neighbours are fantastic and it is a lovely area, I would much prefer to be somewhere more rural, not overlooked, with open plan living already there. At the end of the day, one of us will have to change our mind. It'll be interesting.
You'll be fine with it. You'll be fine.
This dispute has been rumbling on for far too long. We're here to help settle it once and for all.
Looks very smart and new.
Oh, do you think I should ring the bell?
I'm going to give it a big boy knock.
No, shut up. Hello.
Oh, there.
Hello, you must be Jackie. Very nice to meet you.
Morning, Jackie and Phil.
Hello.
Yeah. Do you want to come round?
Please.
Here we are, sitting in this really beautiful sitting room. And I'm thinking, who wants to list this?
I want to list it.
Right.
Yes. I'm Team Phil.
Talk us through.
We bought this house 12 years ago as a new build, and from day dot we said, right, this kitchen will be okay for a couple of years, but 12 years later, we have done nothing. The kitchen remains exactly the same as what it was. So I've just finished my postgrad diploma. I'm now doing my dissertation for my master's, which is a lot of work and a lot of study, and I'm in the kitchen.
And you don't like it?
And I hate the kitchen. It's got to that point and that I actually hate the kitchen. I used to just not like it and I will change it, but now I'm like, oh, I hate this kitchen.
So, correct me if I'm wrong. Scott, you have an office, formerly known as the dining room, a gym, formerly known as the spare bedroom,
A garage.
and a garage.
yeah.
It doesn't sound fair.
Yeah, it's not
I
fair.
agree, Kirsty, it's not fair at all.
It's not fair. I want a double garage.
Do you feel that it can be solved?
Yeah, I genuinely do. This is a great house. Not just the house, it's the area. The neighbours, the street.
But I just feel as if we're entering into another chapter of our lives and I don't see it being here. Right now, I've already moved in my head.
When people have emotionally moved on from a house, it's done.
Yeah.
They've gone.
That's what I feel,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm not buying that.
I'm not buying that. You mean that
Yeah.
metaphorically and actually.
Actually,
Yes.
I'm not buying that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's...
Listen, can we have a look round?
Absolutely,
Yes.
of course.
The house needs to be dramatically rebalanced to accommodate Scott and Jackie's needs equally.
Well, I feel sorry for Jackie. I mean, she's doing a lot in this room, isn't she?
I think Jackie's been really long suffering.
And she's looking out on a big
I mean,
garden.
I promise you, if you lived in this house with me, you'd have woken in the night and found me with a sledgehammer. I mean, that's a paper wall.
If I lived with you, I'd have the sledgehammer. Not saying quite what I'd do with it, though.
Look at this, Phil. This would drive me absolutely bonkers.
The hallway is really big. Oh,
What,
there's a
Phil?
massive cupboard.
Yeah, I would push this wall back. Put washing machine and tumble. They don't even have a tumble dryer.
Time to move.
No, not time to move. Time to buy a tumble dryer and find somewhere to fit it. Time to move.
This house has potential. With my Love It budget of up to £60,000, I could extend into the garden or integrate the garage into the house. But would Scott be willing to sacrifice any of his space?
Oh, Scott's smart office. Drinks, fridge. There's a lot going on in here. This would have been the dining room. Scott's just taken over the house. I mean, I'm not surprised he wants to stay. He's got his office, he's got his gym, he's got his garage. Poor Jackie needs a new home.
I've got a listed budget of £450,000.
But on top of that, you'd be forking out around £25,000 in land and buildings tax and moving and legal costs.
True, but while you can rejig the layout, you can't give Jackie the rural life she wants. Listing trumps loving on that.
Gordon Bennett, you can see everything that's going on.
What's occurring out here?
Oh, look, I mean, look.
Jackie wants views, she wants a bit of privacy. Now it's Jackie's moment to get a bit of space and what she wants.
I am gripped by how unprivate this garden is.
Yeah.
You know, if you were friendly with any of the neighbours and you had a party but hadn't invited them, awkward.
On the search side, what am I going to have to find you, Jackie?
For the search, I want to be somewhere a bit more rural. I want to be more private. I'd like to have nice views. We don't want something to do up. An open plan, because it's open plan living that we really want.
And whereabouts should I go searching?
I would like to be within a half-hour kind of drive to my work in the area. The difficulty I've had to date is I can't get Scott out of Hamilton.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
I wouldn't want to live too far away from my social circle, friends and my golf club.
The challenge will be, can I find enough space within the budget
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
the views and everything else?
absolutely.
That will be the task. But I'm up to it.
I have great faith in you. Team Phil.
Finding a property that can lure Scott from his home comforts will be a challenge, but Team List It is up for it.
What's that funny look for?
Well, you think this is in the bag, don't you?
I think because Jackie wants to go, they'll go. I think Scott's very amenable, although he's kind of taken over the house. He understands that it's Jackie's time.
The thing is, I'm just going to put my all into it,
Yep.
and at the end of
You
the day,
always do. You always do.
the chips are down, see what happens.
That's what it's about.
I am 100% ready to list it and move on.
Very harsh.
Very true.
Very harsh.
Very true.
In Hamilton, in central Scotland, Jackie and Scott are caught in a love it or list it trap.
Local lad Scott is house proud and determined to stay in their immaculate 4-bedroom new build.
The house makes me happy when I drive up to it. I love this house. I genuinely believe that Kirsty can unlock the potential and kick Listed's backside.
I have a budget of up to £60,000 and a cunning plan to tip the scales towards a love it victory.
If you turn over 2 plans here, this is your existing house. I just want you to put a little S here, and a little S here, F here, and a little F here. So basically the S is for Scott and the F is for family. There isn't a J in there. Scott's realised what he's just done.
Yeah. Yes.
That's quite,
It's quite sobering, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yes, yes.
it's quite revealing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Yeah. So if we remove this plan,
First things first, remove the partition wall to create the open plan kitchen diner the couple want, and then build a small side extension to create the living area. Jackie is fed up with guests traipsing through the messy utility to get to the toilet. So by removing the storage cupboard, we can add a new entrance. By blocking up the unnecessary side door, I'm creating space for a washing machine and tumble dryer and increasing work surface. Now to even up the house. I suggest Scott's office will become Jackie's hobby and study room, while Scott will work from a new office pod in the garden.
Oh, that's really interesting, isn't it?
Great.
That is really.
Fantastic.
I think that's a great idea for the downstairs toilet utility. I really do. That would make a significant difference.
It's one of these things, why did we never think of this before?
Yeah.
The simplicity of that is genius, actually. That's fantastic.
I'm impressed, and
Yeah, I want to start building it now.
that is the spirit, Scott.
yes,
I like to
get
hear
on
that.
it, Scott.
Yes, yes.
Get on it.
Phil left quietly confident that he had this in the bag. I'm leaving quietly confident that I've got it in the bag.
This has put a spanner in the works, I suppose, a bit, but there'll be a spanner in the works when Phil shows us the properties as well.
No, I don't
For
think so.
you.
I think this has made it so much more difficult for him because this just works.
But it's not everything that I'm looking for, because I'm looking at my next chapter. I'm looking at somewhere rural. I'm looking at somewhere that's not so overlooked. So Phil's definitely in with a chance.
That sounds like my cue. I've got a budget of £450,000 for a house with open plan flow, as well as a separate office and sewing room. And while Jackie wants a rural location, Scott wants easy access to his social circle and golf club.
How are we feeling about this little jaunt today?
I'm really looking forward to it. Scott's absolutely dreading it.
Is that true?
Well, dreading it's a bit strong, but it's,
A bit of apprehension, perhaps.
yeah.
Looking to the future, because there's going to be a lot of change in the next few years. So it's getting the right property that's going to fit our lives as we are kind of evolving. Scott, do you think you'll be retired in 5 years?
Well, it depends how much you want to spend in a house.
Oh, okay.
For my first pick, we're on our way to the village of Netherburn, around a 20-minute drive from Hamilton. So that's countryside on the doorstep for Jackie, as well as quick access to Scott's golf. And we're here to see this brand new 4-bed detached house.
It's been recently redeveloped, so it's completely done. Okay. Apart from the floor, but everything else is completely done.
I'm kind of looking at it and it's not blowing me away because it's in a housing estate, much like where we're coming from. On curb appeal, I'm looking, thinking it's not doing anything great for me right now, but
There's a couple of really big reasons why I wanted to show it to you. But
Okay.
let's have a look, man.
let's have a
Great.
look. That'd be great.
Yep.
Inside is where this house comes into its own. Downstairs, there's a front reception room, a utility, and alongside a WC. A garage with internal access and plumbing. And at the back, a large, light and bright, open-plan kitchen, dining and living space. And best of all, clear blue skies in the back garden that backs out onto the countryside.
Come on in.
Okay.
So as you can see, the floor needs
Yeah.
choice. Massive, massive living room. Access to the garage, downstairs loo, utility room. But come in here.
Wow.
Open plan was a really big thing for you guys.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
absolutely. This is beautiful. I do really like it.
lovely.
Yeah.
And you've got the views.
It looks lovely from this side, but it does look quite rural and it's not overlooked. This is surprising. Certainly from the curb appeal to what it is inside is totally different.
The real sweetener is the price.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
They're asking for offers over 330.
Offers over 330. Wow.
That's a surprise.
Yeah, that is a surprise.
There's a smile.
I know.
Yeah.
Go and have a wander.
Okay.
Great stuff. Thank you.
At 120,000 under budget, I'm opening Scott's eyes to the idea that moving might mean he could retire sooner than he thinks.
Yeah, this is a big room.
This is a good size. I'm already picturing where things would go. Our sofa there. Yeah, that would work.
Jackie's put her initial misgivings behind her. Upstairs, there's 4 double bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. The main bedroom has an ensuite. 2 equally large bedrooms share a shower room, and there's also a family bathroom.
It's been well done.
That is lovely. Very nice.
Well, they weren't quite sure coming in the door, but knowledge of the price, that's done the job. I think Scott is properly twitching now.
You can tell everything's just been done. It's all very clean, isn't it? Oh, nice wee ensuite. Oh, do you know, it's a Jack and Jill.
Jack and
That's
Jill.
ideal.
The house is 22% bigger than their current home will be once renovated.
How are you getting on?
Yeah, we're getting on good.
Found it all?
It's huge. It's huge.
Huge.
Well, check this out. So this is the main room, which I particularly wanted you to have a look at. Beautiful views, but have a look through there.
Oh, there's a wee hidden bit in there.
It's like a dressing room.
Oh, wow. This is amazing. That could be a dressing room right
Yeah.
enough, couldn't it?
Or an office.
Or an office.
No, it's the dressing room.
It's a dressing room.
It's
Scott.
Jackie's dressing
Yeah,
room.
and I'll need all that space.
You really could spread out in this.
Yeah.
It is massive. It's much bigger than what ours will be in walk-in condition, which is something that we both had asked for. The price is lovely, very tempting. It's certainly got our minds going, hasn't it?
It's got me thinking, yeah. It's got
yeah.
me thinking. Yeah, it's good.
No, it's good.
enough.
A
Scott
very good.
was smiling.
I know,
Yeah.
and it's a very good start. Very good.
And we're out of Hamilton, and he didn't,
I know.
he didn't
Yeah.
jump back in the car.
I'm in a bit of disbelief.
After an inauspicious beginning, this property packed a punch in terms of space, open outlook and price.
While I don't think this is the actual house for them, it served a really good purpose. They are genuinely surprised and pleased at how much house that they could get under budget, and it actually offers more than they need. So they're pleased and I'm pleased.
You know who else is pleased? Me. Scott is putting in the hard graft to tempt Jackie onto Team Lovett, taking on the job of renovating the WC by himself.
Don't you just love Saturday mornings? floor all up, ready to rip out all the toilet and finish this room off.
He's taking on the garden pod too. After receiving quotes between £12,000 and £20,000, he's downloaded step-by-step plans from the internet at a cost of £15 and is following them to the letter. In total, he hopes to spend around £6,000, a significant saving. Sorry pups, this is no doghouse. Now, almost 3 months after we first met, he's cladding the exterior and installing the windows. So, while work on the extension has yet to begin, the pod is coming along nicely.
The outside office is great. You know, I'm going to love that when we stay. But it frees up space for Jack to have her sewing room.
Jackie's been busy redesigning the office to make it her cosy hobby haven.
I'm really looking forward to having my own space. And actually, despite all the changes that we're going to be doing, and there is major changes ahead of us, that's probably the area I'm most looking forward to. So,
Yeah, the whole downstairs is going to be completely changed. It's going to be unrecognisable.
but I think my time for living in a new build house and estate is probably past, because it tends to be for younger families when our kids are now in their 20s. So it's just time for the next chapter.
This Love It or List It is a twisty old page turner.
In Hamilton, in central Scotland, the love it or list it divide is as strong as ever.
I am team list it all the way, because I can't see any change yet. The only change has been the pod, which looks great, but my house is still as it has been, which has been problematic for many years.
I don't want to move. I really don't. I love it here. Let's get everything.
I'm sure you're keeping an open mind.
Yeah, not so much.
Scott's throwing all he's got at the build to convince Jackie to stay. They've made changes to my plan and decided to build a larger rear extension rather than a small side one.
I think the finished project, Jack will love it. And you want to move?
I want to be more rural.
But there's nothing out there. There's sheep and goats and cows. Well, there's nothing else there.
Alpacas.
Alpacas.
Well, you know, I'm willing to compromise a bit. You know, I don't want to be too rural, but I do want to be around greenery, around nature. I don't want to be overlooked. But I'm willing to compromise with what Scott would like in a new house also, when he changes to team lister.
There's very little budging in either direction, so I'm trying to find the middle ground.
First house that I showed you,
Yeah.
it probably lacked a little bit of curb appeal, didn't it?
Yeah.
But it clearly demonstrated that actually it is possible, if you make a couple of compromises, to get more than enough space,
Yeah.
or more space than you've got. That was
Yeah.
22% bigger than yours.
Scott's just keeping everything crossed that the other properties we see don't fit, because that would just make him very happy.
One down, two to go.
My second pick is in the village of Ashgill, a nippy 10-minute drive from their current home, which means Scott is within easy reach of his social circle, while Jackie is closer to the countryside. So this 5-bed, 3-bath detached house is hopefully the best of both worlds.
So, on the search really for something with improved curb appeal.
Definitely, it looks lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks great. I know this area. Not that far from my own golf club, really. Train station's
All
not
about the
far,
golf,
shops.
all about the golf.
Dog
shops are
walks,
here.
yeah.
Dog
Dog
walks.
walks, yes. Not a lot needs to change for me, really.
Come on in, let's have a
Yeah.
look.
Okay, good.
A positive start. It's up for grabs at offers over £350,000, well under their max of $450, and it's 30% larger than their current house will be when renovated.
I especially liked
Nice door.
the big entrance hall here.
Yeah, that's nice. It's lovely.
Yeah.
It gives the feel of a big house.
It does.
Yeah.
Currently, that's a playroom and the office. There's still rooms for gyms and families and daughters to come and stay and everything. Living room's that way. Kitchen through to dining area. Mm-hmm. So it's not as open plan as perhaps the first house.
Yeah.
Is this open plan enough?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I'm not sure. I'm thinking when we finish our renovations, ours will be exactly what we want as an open plan, and this, if I could pick, wouldn't be exactly what I wanted.
I suspected that might be the case, so I've come prepared.
If you wanted it to be more open plan than
Yeah.
it is, we could very easily take that wall out.
I think that would be worth doing. So far, so good. It's lovely.
Thought-provoking.
Yes, very much so.
Have a wander. You look after Scott. I'll see you
I
in the
will.
garden.
Okay.
A big plus point is the flexibility of the space this house has to offer.
It's a good size, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's nice with the patio doors looking out onto the garden.
Yeah.
And it's not overlooked.
Yeah, it looks nice. Yeah.
Oh, you're used to a bit more space than this.
Yeah, a little bit
Yeah.
snug.
You could use this space easily for a big office space,
Definitely. Could even put treadmill spin bike in here as well.
like you're doing your lunch break.
Yeah.
Upstairs, the high-vaulted ceilings add character, while the windows flood the bedrooms with natural light. The main bedroom is dual aspect and has an ensuite shower room. Jackie can take her pick of the rest for a sewing room, and the family bathroom is stylishly fitted out. What I suspect was the main suite, with a private cupboard-lined hallway leading to a double bedroom and a spacious ensuite, has been reconfigured as 2 bedrooms.
Full cupboard space.
Colour space.
That's ideal. What you could do, but then again it's taken on a lot of work, is this was originally an ensuite. You could make it back to an ensuite.
It's a lovely house, but to make it ours, we would need to spend a lot of money. I'm struggling with it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's maybe a bit too quirky.
Come and join me. Northwest facing garden.
Northwest,
Yeah.
okay. Quite a neat wee garden, yeah. Not overlooked really,
No.
but hold on till I just,
Well, not really.
little
I mean,
bit.
as a house, how are we doing?
The house, for me, it doesn't work. It doesn't flow. The bedroom that should be the master has no cupboard space, it's got no ensuite.
Yeah.
Where it is, it's still got plenty of things round about that would certainly suit my needs. But I don't think it's rural enough for Jack.
Would you prefer to see something a bit more rural?
Yeah, I would. That's where we
No.
differ. I know, that's
Yeah,
where we differ.
Of course.
Fine. Leave it with me.
Okay,
It's all ticking
thank you.
away up there. It might
Yeah.
not look like it, but it is.
The 2 properties we've seen so far are part of housing estates, and I would like to kind of get out of that. Bill, you're going to have to up your game. You've done good, but you've not done brilliant. So let's see what property 3 brings us.
I think he's doing a great job. He's really is. This is spot on, exactly what I need.
At the start of this, Jackie said in her mind, she's moved, she's done, she's gone, she's out. Bizarrely, it's actually been Scott that's been more receptive on the search, and Jackie's been harder to please. So I don't know where things are, but I do know I'm going to have to up my game.
Perhaps, Pip, in trying to please everyone, you failed to make anyone happy.
Don't worry, I'll put a smile on their faces yet.
3 months of working evenings and weekends, and Scott's garden pod is now insulated and ready to be plasterboarded. If Scott brings this on budget, he's proving that with hard graft, a dedicated work area need not cost a fortune. Work on the extension is also well underway. The partition wall between the living room and kitchen is down, and I'm excited to see the space taking shape. Jackie is also saving money. She advertised their old kitchen cabinets on the internet and sold them for £530, which goes to show that
The internet has entirely changed the way that we can change our homes. And the more you realise it, the more power to your elbow.
there are a lot of ways to get more bang for your buck when it comes to a kitchen renovation. The cost of a new kitchen can be many thousands. But buying a second-hand kitchen is a great way to get a new look for a fraction of the price, as is just changing the doors. Or keep your kitchen and have it professionally spray painted, which costs from around £1,000. Replacing the handles can give a fresh feel, whilst replacing the tiles or backsplash can give a new pop of colour. Refreshing rather than replacing also reduces the amount of waste we send to landfill, so it makes sense financially and environmentally.
For my final property pick, I'm going all in on Jackie's rural dream and taking Scott out of his comfort zone.
How are you feeling?
They've been out here in the sticks like this. This terrifies me.
This makes me
What do you
really
mean it
happy.
terrifies you?
Terrifies me of being out here in the middle of
Oh, I see.
You know, and that I know it's lovely, beautiful rolling countryside.
Yeah.
Get all that, but it's so isolated there.
And yeah, Jackie's smiling in the back,
Yeah,
thinking
I'm,
this is
I'm,
great.
I'm
Go
driving
anywhere,
along
though.
here thinking this is fab.
You know, there's not a walk to a pub or a shop or a golf course, dare I say it. We do like to have people round and entertain. And if you're too far away from your friends and family, then, you know, you're not going to have anyone round.
I think coming out here, you'd have a bigger, more beautiful house with bigger gardens and more space to knock around and go for walks and have adventures. They'd want to get out of town and come and see you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You would say that, though.
Team Lister are sticking together.
Yeah.
We're heading to Stewarton in Ayrshire to see a house on the outskirts of town, which I think will hit the mark for Jackie, and hopefully Scott won't be running for the hills.
Wow. Wow. Wowza.
He's changed his tune mighty quick. This 5-bedroom farmhouse is on the market for offers over £415,000.
Oh, smell the greenery. It smells gorgeous. Oh,
I have very much chosen this as a Jackie house.
I love it from outside. It looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
Looks lovely.
And it just sits up here and enjoys that view. The setting is phenomenal.
Beautiful. This is actually exactly what I had in mind. Exactly.
Wait till you see what's through that
Looking
door.
forward to it.
Oh, dear.
The inside more than lives up to the fantastic first impression. The warm and welcoming kitchen flows into the large living area with open outlook to the surrounding countryside. 2 of the 5 bedrooms are downstairs with the main ensuite. And there's also a stylish shower room. Country cottage charm with a luxury finish.
The country feel
Wow.
continues through here.
Wow.
Real kind of farmhousey kitchen, hub of the home.
I love it. It's gorgeous.
Well, come and have a look through here. Whilst it's not entirely open plan, actually you can still communicate
Oh, yeah.
room to room.
And it's a great size, actually. It's a really good size.
Love the log burner.
Love the log
windows.
burner.
Sit and enjoy the view with the fire alight.
It's beautiful.
Scott's gone wonderfully quiet.
That's not like you. Feeling okay?
Rabbit caught in the headlights a
Yeah.
little bit. Yeah.
Got any questions, give me a shout.
Okay. Look forward to it.
He's completely dumbstruck. I'm loving this.
Scott's lost for words, but I've got 3 for him. Team List It.
Oh, this is lovely. It feels quite cosy in here, doesn't it? The same as the living room. It feels cosy, but it's not small. It's just that there's something about it. It just feels quite warm. Do you like it?
Yeah, it's nice.
It's nice, or do you love
Fortunately,
it?
it's just nice.
The second downstairs bedroom would make an ideal sewing room for Jackie. Upstairs, there's a bathroom and a further 2 double bedrooms, certainly roomy enough for a home gym.
It's amazing. I feel as if I'm living here. What do you think?
Kind of speechless a little bit. It's really nice. It still has the same issues for me. But it's like miles from anywhere.
And finally, there's a single bedroom already set up as a home office.
A great new office space right on that view.
It's a nice outlook for an office.
Well, this is gorgeous. I love it. Do you want to admit that you love it?
Not really.
Do you love it?
Not really. The horse's neighing would put me off.
He's clutching at straws here.
This is it. I love it.
It's good, isn't it?
Oh, Phil, it is amazing. It ticks every single box for me. Every box. I just love it.
Good. Lovely to hear.
I think Scott's panicking.
Is Scott coming with you?
He's not saying very much at the minute, but
You'll love it here, Jack.
Scott, the view out of that office, I mean, that is just
Fantastic.
off the charts.
So then I'll just go for a walk to the pub. Oh, yeah. There isn't one. No, it's lovely. It's extremely classy. It's very well done.
I obviously haven't seen what you've managed to do at home, but the issue will always be that it's overlooked.
Yeah.
Whereas here, that's never going to be a problem.
It certainly opens your eyes to what's out here. And we've got a lot of speaking to do, discussing. Cheers.
In the bag.
Yeah.
Well, no doubt about it, that's a great end to what's been a pretty tricky search. Definitely given Scott something to ponder about, and I think I've also found Jackie her ideal home. Whether or not it's enough to sway them, therein lies the question.
The answer is, at the moment, it's too close to call. But work is carrying on at pace, and the couple will absolutely have a home that works for them.
But is it in the area they want to be? We're on our way back to Jackie and Scott's 4-bed new build in Hamilton. Almost 8 months since our first visit, decision day is upon us.
Hamilton, here we come.
How was the search?
It got better.
Ooh.
It didn't start particularly well. Finished up with a beautiful country house. Jackie absolutely loved it. And Scott went very quiet. So it was Jackie's dream house, she said as much. So they would have definitely had a lot to think about after that.
Phil's a misery guts, but I won't let him or the grey skies ruin my naturally sunny disposition.
Aren't we, little Miss Sunshine?
Oh, the weather. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Come in.
Jackie had closed the book on her house, with its cut-off kitchen and unfriendly flow. She was looking to write a new chapter in a new home. But with my help, I'm hoping this home is back in her good books.
Oh, wow. It looks absolutely stunning.
Does look very high end.
It looks just glorious.
Scott and Jackie extended into the rear garden, allowing them to create a dining living area. And by removing the partition wall between the living room and kitchen, they've got the fully integrated cooking and entertaining space they wanted. But the changes here aren't only an improved layout. They've banished the bland for an altogether more luxurious look.
The coordination, the levels of continuity in tone and colour. I love the way that the wallpaper is in the back of the shelves. I love the Fire TV unit. I think that's absolutely brilliant.
She can go on for a long time.
Lights and the
Loving it.
radiator and the detailing on the kitchen.
There's a lot of
cabinets.
thought.
And the,
Have
the
you
way
enjoyed
the
it?
floor.
Yeah, I have. I've enjoyed it. It's been hard, but I've enjoyed it. And, you know, it's nice to hear you mention all these wee bits, Kirsty, because the coordination, it might look as if that just happened naturally.
No, I know that didn't just happen. That is just, I mean...
Yeah, that
stunning,
was
the
hard.
The kitchen cabinet, I mean, it's amazing.
Jackie may have been the brains behind the interior design, but Scott supplied the manpower. Fitted skirting and radiators, wallpapering and painting.
What's it like living in it?
It's great.
It's great.
It works. It really
It
does.
actually does. It works perfectly
Yeah.
for our family. We are having our Sunday dinner, so when I'm cooking and everybody's round...
Everyone wants to
it's-
be here.
Yeah, everybody wants to be here.
I bet they do.
Yeah, I know.
Don't get too carried away, Jackie.
I'm
Just
sorry,
remember
I'm
you're on
sorry.
team listed, OK?
For Jackie, the problem with the house also included the cramped utility. Now it has been given an equally super swish new look with updated storage.
That is absolutely stunning.
It's only a laundry.
No, Phil. Well, it shows how much laundry you do.
Access to the downstairs loo was through here, but they've improved the flow further by following my plan to create a new doorway.
That is a downstairs loo to be proud of. It's huge.
It's made such a difference.
It's
Yeah,
huge.
it's huge.
Scott laboured day and night to renovate the WC, carrying out all the work himself, and Jackie's eye for design can be seen in the stone and ceramic sink. Jackie was in desperate need of a space to call her own. Scott's given up his home office and helped her create a relaxing haven of a hobby room.
Behind here, this is where, discreetly, I've got all my sewing stuff and my machine.
Oh,
that pulls
look
out,
at
I
that.
know. And then I've got all my wee storage boxes, and there's lots of storage under there as well.
This is a very happy lady speaking.
Oh,
isn't it?
it's a good room.
No need to worry about Scott, though. He's got his own space too.
This is also very smart. Blimey.
Blimey! You've got your own coffee machine in here, Scott. There's no reason for you ever to go home again.
Yeah.
This is lovely.
I'm not sure if I've ever seen a garden pod quite as flash. Tell us about the construction of this.
We looked into pods and the cost of them, the cheapest one for this spec, you're looking at £20,000. I thought, I'm not paying that. And I thought, how hard can it be? So I downloaded plans from the internet for £15
Yeah.
and just followed it to the letter.
And how hard was it?
Yeah, it wasn't difficult. It was physically quite demanding, but
Yeah.
just took my time and this is the result.
Had you ever done anything like this before?
No.
It must fill you with pride.
Yeah,
I
I'm
know,
so
that
pleased with it. I'm so pleased.
That is
Yeah.
amazing. Scott was out here in all weathers. For every bit of light that you had, you were working on this. And it was nice to see it build from absolutely nothing and see the different stages.
Have you any idea what it cost you in terms of actual money rather than time?
Just over 7,000.
Well done, you.
I know. It's amazing.
Such a nice working environment. You just
Yeah.
feel you come in here, concentrate on the job in
Yeah.
hand.
And
Yeah.
then go home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't have ponies to look out on or
It
beautiful
doesn't.
views.
No,
All the
no.
beautiful trees, bird life and nature. Well, you can see a lot of neighbours, but that's
Yeah.
probably not quite as interesting.
Yeah. We could get a pony, Jack.
That is a problem. Yeah.
I think it's time we had to sit down and a bit of a coffee and
Yeah.
Yeah.
a set
See where we're
two.
going?
The couple were firmly entrenched in their love it or list it camps. They're rightfully proud of their magnificent renovation. But I know that I turned Scott's head with my third property. So what will they decide?
When we originally left here, I was super confident. Jackie, you've moved on.
Yeah.
You wanted to go. But actually on the search, I found it quite hard.
The third house was fabulous. It really was, but didn't fit my brief.
Yeah, but it made you a bit quiet though, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. It had
Yeah.
me really worried. It's a beautiful house.
You were very taken with it, and you could see the attraction of what I'd kind of been looking for.
Did it prompt big discussions between the two of you? I mean, not just about so much about that specific house, but that environment, that style of living.
It did.
Yeah.
There was a lot of discussions because we still were of different opinions, although you were quite aware, you could understand the attraction of it.
Totally. You could see the look in Jack's eye and you think, I don't want to take that away from her.
But meanwhile, of course, you were finishing things here, and there's no denying you've done a wonderful job. It's really, really beautiful. And I know you put your heart and souls into it. There's a lot of time and effort and money gone into this.
Scott's impressive handiwork on the pod, tackling the WC, decorating the hobby room and the living area has saved the couple, he estimates, about 18 grand.
They have kept a careful eye on the budget, but they've certainly not skimped. The granite worktops, luxury porcelain tiles and stylish sinks all add up.
The average valuation before renovation on this house was $378,000. The average post-renovation valuation is $435,000. Added value of $56,000 in a slowing market. But what did you spend on the house, Scott?
Just shy of 80.
Yes, on paper, you've spent approximately £26,000 more than you got back. But I think actually these figures are pretty punchy, really, punchier than they seem on paper.
Yeah. We could have definitely brought it in at budget or thereabouts,
Yeah,
but we wouldn't
we
have had
could
this. We wouldn't have had these finishes.
No.
No, definitely not.
I think we need to hear where things are at,
Are you going to love it?
or list it.
We are going to love it.
I thought you were going to say list it. I saw that.
But,
However,
however, We do not believe this will be our forever home, so we're going to love it and enjoy it for about 5 years and then look for somewhere like the house that we've seen.
That third house on the search was just phenomenal. It completely opened my eyes to, yeah, there's a different way of living here.
Congratulations, well done.
Thank you. I would say it's a total draw. This is next to a miracle that I'm actually loving this house, loving the space, loving the changes, the positive changes it's made to our lives.
I thought that this battle was going to rage on and on and on. I was absolutely determined to stay. Jack was absolutely determined to go. And I think the work we've done to the house and what we've spent's been worth it because Jack now loves the house.
It is a love it for now, but it's not a love it forever.
There we go. Although I'm not entirely sure that...
I rarely have the same drink, Phil.
But I'm not sure that I should be buying these.
Oh, is that what it's about? So you're trying to suggest that we're on the same
level
page?
peggings here.
Equal. Oh, okie doke.
Yeah, I mean, they've loved it for now, but I'd put it down as a list.
You can put it down as a list, Phil. That's okay with me.
If you'd like our help deciding whether to love it or list it, apply online at channel4.com/takeart.